Yeah, and a fantastic result for Arsenal on Saturday. Going away to Leeds United. Leeds hadn't lost at home since November. They've taken some real big scalps, and if they hadn't taken big scalps, they've drawn with teams like Liverpool, Manchester United, beaten Chelsea. I mean, Leeds at home have been really, really good. And Arsenal went there on the back of that defeat against Manchester United under a lot of pressure. And by God, did they handle the pressure. An emphatic 4-0 win at Ellen Road. I was there. It could have been more. Arsenal on the day, absolutely brilliant. What did you make of that one, Mark?
I think if Arsenal drop points there, Man City probably win yesterday. I think it's people go, how does that work? Well, that's how it works in a title race. It's the momentum, pressure. It's the confidence. And I think Arsenal did what they had to do, whether it's 1-0, 4-0. You're right, it could have been more than that. Leeds offered very little, and they have been very good. But they just, I think what we saw with Arsenal at the weekend is maybe after the United loss, I was thinking, well, maybe Arteta will let the handbrake off. They'll move the ball a little bit quicker. But I don't think he did, really. I think he just did. He's probably thought what he's thought. He's probably thought, look, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm getting criticism, but this will win me the league. And he just went back to basics, really. Defensively, very good. No shots conceded, I think, until the second half. Couple of corners or goals that sort of came from corners. And then second half, Leeds open up a bit, and then you hurt them on the break, and they could have had 4 or 5. So for Arsenal's point of view, it was just a very ruthless result against a Leeds side that had no answer at all. And the key was to win the game, but to boost your goal difference and see Man City do that. I think from Arsenal, I mean, look, there's only one team winning this league. I know you won't accept it, but there's nobody that's got the minerals for it. Like no other team can go and just get those clean sheets and grind out those results and make sure they score the goals. I know against United it didn't work, but look, how many times this season's that going to happen? Dorgu and Cunha's goals were ridiculously good. There was a mistake on the Mbeumo goal. That's not going to happen against every team. So I think for Arsenal, great weekend, and they'll win the league.
It was a great weekend. It was being at the game. It's almost like the way they played. Everything was quicker. Everything was quicker. Everything was done with a lot of intent. You could see that defeat had stung them. And it was the perfect response. That's what I liked about it as an Arsenal fan. It was the perfect response to that defeat. Because those defeats can go either way. It can be like, oh, now they're starting to slide and that. Or, oh, it was just a blip, like how you've just described it. And you're only going to describe it like that based on how you respond to that defeat. And I've just felt that the response was good. And if they play like that, there's not going to be many teams that are going to be able to beat them. And contain
Madueke, so I know it's bad to have an injury to Saka, but as soon as that happened, I thought, you know what? In a way, that might not be a bad thing because Madueke is more direct, he's more quick, and Arsenal definitely do need that at the moment. And I mean, look, you don't want to see Saka injured. Yeah. He's a brilliant player, but Madueke's done really well when he's stepped in, and obviously he had a great game.
You could as well, though, Mark, and say it could have added to the pressure of it, because I was just about to get into the ground when that news broke, and I'm like, I have to say that all the fans around me were like, not that we didn't think Madueke could come in and do a job, but we were like, oh my God, just as we think we've got everybody back, and now Saka's out in a real pressurized game. That was the mood of the fans as we were going in. Yeah. So Madueke, who was brilliant on the day, and the squad again showing its worth. And Arsenal, a really, really big weekend for Arsenal.
I don't know why Spurs fans would be so hung up on giving points to City in February. I don't think you're not going to stop Arsenal winning the league in February. If this was like May, maybe you understand it, but not in February. So look, they need the points. I watched West Ham on Saturday, and they could easily close an 8-point gap on Spurs if they keep losing. So Spurs need to focus on their own issues. And Man City were dreadful as well. I mean, fair play to Spurs, but Man City were dreadful. I mean, I think that's 1 win in 6. And although Arsenal had a little bit of a wobble, and Arsenal got a lot of focus for that because they're at the top, no one's really talking about the wobble of Man City, which is incredible. Haaland's not scoring goals. And I think it's I can't figure out the timeline. Maybe someone in the chat can. But to me, it feels like Maresca got sacked by Chelsea and said it came out that he'd had talks with Man City. And ever since then, Man City can't win games. And it's almost like their players are unsettled by what happened with Klopp. When you figure out that your manager's going halfway through a season in the summer, they just don't seem as motivated as or as free flowing as they were. There's no real logical reason for that.